Mine stuff. We are live. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it happens to be for you, whatever time you're watching it, and whatever time it is in your corner of the world. This is our fourth session of D&D with Dancing Girl Scouts. We're going to work on that title.
I'm
We
not
got
a
to come up with a
dancing Girl
better.
Scout.
We can work on that. Pigtails, frilly skirt. I see a whole thing for you over it. I see a
Dancing
whole.
Girl Scouts
I see a whole idiom.
And
Yes.
the brother.
It's
And the sidekick.
the 4.5.
Are
We're
you
working
Girl
with
Scouts
Maybe we'll do a naming contest.
Yeah,
We'll have the
yeah.
folks at home help name the show, so that we have something,
Why
something
are you
tasteful. It's not going to be Bodie McBoatface bullshit. Okay, so let's stick with it. Now, we're picking up where we left off in our last session a couple of weeks ago, where our gang had gotten into their first combat, and they had to fight off some zombies. They were mildly successful, although we did have a casualty in our ranks. And yes, we're all looking at you, McKenna. Her first character, her first death. More to come on that in a little bit. But before we go any further, we have to actually finish the encounter, right? Because I believe Doris had discovered at one point, or she had heard as she was coming over to check on Azra. Asthma. Sorry.
She might have asthma.
I'm going to massacre that name accidentally on several occasions over the next few months. I apologize. Apologize to you ahead of time.
It's all right.
It's all right. You good with it?
Mhm.
Okay. So Asma,
Asma and Elsa.
and Elsa, Azra, Doris, Clementine Oranges, and Crash Gordon over here. Okay.
I named myself Crash because I ran into a bunch of go-karts
You
when
should
I
name
was at
yourself Sparky.
Minihans. When
That works.
we had go-karts.
That works.
That's
Okay.
my
That's
character.
character.
All right. So Doris, I don't have any of my initiative trackers here. Where's the panel thingy? You know what? I'll just write it down on paper. It's fine. Oh, don't worry about it right now. It's time that we don't need to spend it at this stage. If your character is still alive, roll an initiative.
That would be a D20.
D20 plus your
Abby,
initiative
why'd you
bonus.
steal my thing?
And I just lost
Sharing is caring. Give it back.
Wait, oh my god.
Easy.
Oh, that reminds me. All y'all, these are
Ever.
actually yours. You left them at my house. Who wanted the purple one?
I got a 6.
Who knows Tanya?
Abby, take yours.
Purple's mine.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And
Ariana had green.
who had green?
Ariana.
Abby, give me
Gray,
Yes, give me mine back.
red.
I don't even know what color I had.
I got red, brown, and pink.
Ooh, let's go pink. Let's match the dice.
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
And you already got yours.
I
Okay.
rolled a 3.
What's the
And I'm
initiative
gonna-
again?
It's a D20,
D20 plus the initiative bonus, which is up middle.
which is right here in the middle.
19. I rolled a 6. He just makes sure because I got it.
Yep, it's the big rolling one.
All right, and then I'm going to go around from left to right. So don't just
23,
shout out.
even though I missed.
All right, what'd you roll?
I got a 23, even though I missed
23 for
entirely.
Crash?
That's okay.
All right, Clementine.
19.
19 for Clementine. Okay, Doris.
9.
Doris is so far dragging up the rear admirably. Okay, and Elsa is a 4.
Poor Elsa. Did you roll poorly?
Yeah, I did.
I got a
Do
20.
you have any initiative to add to it?
1.
Oh, okay.
I will comfort you in the regard that that's usually my chair,
Oh,
And-
so I'm gonna roll bad tonight.
and I roll really bad initiatives
Thanks.
typically. So it's my fault if you want to blame me. It's okay. You wouldn't be the first person to blame me for things that weren't my fault. Oh wait. All right. So, going from the top of the order, Crash. Right now, you are over here. I don't know if you were still over there at the end of the last night, or last time, but it doesn't really matter anymore.
I was just making my way back in from running away.
Okay,
like a
yeah, and you
coward.
knocked down a couple of guys. That elder of the town. He's
He's dead.
yeah. He's looking into the great beyond at the moment. Go to the light.
I have a couple of chunks of meat missing. Zombie food on
There
it.
you go. That's it. All right. So you are over there in the corner. You have eyes on Doris at the moment. You can see your tiefling ranger over there. It looks like she's about to try and get into the town hall building, which is this one over here. What are you doing, sir?
I'm gonna sprint over to her.
Okay. 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then you're going to use your action to dash then.
Yes.
10, 15, and then you can make it right here. So as you are approaching this big huge wooden door, Crash comes running up. Okay, hi, I'm here, and his turn is over, so he's kind of useless at the moment.
And I'm still
he's
on
right
2
there.
HP.
And what's that?
I'm still on 2 HP.
2 HP?
Yes.
He's brave, very brave Sir Robin. All right, Clementine, you're over there at the moment.
Yeah.
And what is happening next for Clementine in her day?
I'll start going towards her.
Okay, you're gonna make your way towards Doris.
Yeah.
Are you dashing, or are you just gonna start kind of like sashaying in your usual direction?
Dashing.
Okay, dashing through the snow. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's little legs at work, and then so you can use the rest of your action to get there. Actually, even put you right there. So your party is actually starting to form up around you, which would have been really good for Asra last year,
Yeah.
or last session, excuse me.
You died again.
Asra, what are you doing? I'm never mind. Sorry, hang on.
I'm sleeping.
You go ahead and call it that, babe. All right, we're down to the bad guys, and they're doing something, but you can't see them at the moment. And we're moving on to Doris. Doris, the Exploress.
Yes. I would like to go inside of the town hall.
Okay, so free action. You can pop open the door, and you come stepping in, and there is a lot of commotion in there at the moment because you see 2 zombies,
Oh, lovely.
and we're just gonna say, here's a random villager with a guitar. So apparently he's rock opera. All right, and there's some actual battle going on over here. Is this poor villager who's just basically got a kind of like a really kind of a shoddy sword and is holding a chair like a lion tamer would in an old cartoon kind of thing, and he's trying to keep him at bay. And they're trying to eat his brains. So that's a thing that's happening at the moment over there. And so you enter, and you do have action and bonus action still at your disposal.
I would like to run to him and start and pull out my short swords.
Okay, so you're going to use an action because you use your movement to come in.
Yes.
Okay, and then actually, you got full movement here, so you can come in. The free actions open the door, so 5, 10, 15. You can come right up to one of them. You've got your full attack mode at this point, so you can go ahead and start swinging for the cheap seats. Plus your bonuses.
Oh no, that's a 6. What is dexterity?
No, remember we wrote it down in your combat chart, right in that middle box.
I'm sorry, I'm lost.
T.
This box.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
Never mind.
I was just getting up to go over and
McKenna comes right in for the win.
I have a black dry erase marker. Or they're in a bucket over there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to see if I had one.
16?
16 will hit.
Yes.
A 16 will hit.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. So you missed with your first attack, but you hit with the second one?
Yeah.
Okay. And you get 2 right now
Okay.
because you got 1 per sword at the moment. So you can roll damage now, which is for a short sword, it's a D6. It's a regular good old-fashioned square die. Okay, plus your dexterity bonus. 8.
Yes.
You have sliced the zombie for 8 points of damage. It now knows you're there. Basically, it seems confused. All right, and that is your turn. Elsa, you're over in the stables. Everything seems to be under control there. The stable mistress, the old lady, she's definitely got things under control. Yeah, with a frying pan, and she's going full Samwise Gamgee on these zombies and showing no mercy.
Start making my way over where everyone else is.
Okay, very good. So you're going to leave the stable pen 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can see 2 of your companions over here by this doorway, and it looks like they're about to head in at the moment. You can't, you see 2 in front of you, but there's 2 that are missing at the moment. Roll a perception check for me real quick.
D20.
D20 plus your perception skill bonus. Oh, that's a good roll.
Kind of
19 plus.
Perception, right?
Yep.
so 3.
So a 22.
Ooh.
So you're hauling tush. You're coming along here at full steam, and as you're approaching, you see Crash, you see Clementine ahead of you. You see an open door into the town hall. Then something catches your attention. And off to your left, you see Azra laying face down in the dirt over here.
Sleeping.
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
Yeah, the position
taking
her
a
body
nap.
is in right now would not be conducive for what we would call Sealy Posturepedic mattresses.
She's just
No,
very funky.
It's there's like one arm is behind.
just taking a nap. She fell
She
asleep.
just popped her shoulder out. It was sore.
One arm is tucked behind her. The leg is going in a direction that it should not.
She had an itch. She had an itch while she was sleeping. So she
Yeah,
knocked her
this
out.
is really itchy when I sleep.
Yes. Yes, that's and her mace is sticking out in ear. I don't know. No, it's not. It's never like that. All right. So you're hauling, and that's what you see right now. Crash, top of the order. It is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to enter the town hall.
Okay, you enter the town hall. 5, 10, 15. You can stay here, or you can approach, or you can fall back.
I'm going to approach.
Okay. How close?
To the one that the Doris is attacking.
Okay. Because of the way it's designed right now, if you come in, you're going to basically be in between two of them.
Okay.
All right, which opens you to attack by this from this one, as
Okay.
well as this one. I'm just giving you that because you and your 2 hit points might be a little on shaky ground over there.
Actually, I want to back up one.
That's a great idea.
And I'm just
I'm
gonna,
so glad you thought of that.
I'm gonna pull out my bow and
Okay.
shoot the one that's not paying attention in the
Beautiful.
back of the head.
Okay, sounds good to me. Go ahead and take your attack roll.
19.
Okay, plus your bonuses. Always remember to add that. The 19 is going to get it, but I want you to make sure that you start and get used
Which
to
one's the bonus again?
right in that middle big box, right down
Should
low,
be under your attack
Lower.
bonus.
Your
lower,
big
right
box
there.
right there.
Oh, not the bow is +5, so 24.
24. That'll hit 2 of them.
Yeah, I have 19.
Uh-oh.
And I got a 1 and a +3, so 4.
4 points of damage to the other one. Very nice. Make sure you're marking off your arrows as you keep track of the fight, what you've been firing. Okay. All right.
I need my. How many did I shoot last time? Did you not mark it down? I did, but I lost
yeah.
a sticky note.
I think you had.
I think I might have shot 3 times.
We're gonna
No,
round it up.
you
We're gonna
shot-
round it up to 5, and just say you at this point you've used 6 arrows.
Yeah.
But make sure you're keeping track of that. all
Yeah,
right?
he did have a post-it note. He was keeping track last time.
Okay.
It just we don't know where the post-it note went.
Got it. It's probably still at my house.
Maybe
Yeah.
somewhere kicking
We're in
around.
a different location tonight because the attic at my house is way too warm right now. I would feel uncomfortable, and then that would take it out on them. And I'm already planning on taking it out on them.
Oh.
Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
Not to be right.
That
out
should not
loud.
have been my public voice. Anyway, moving on. Where did this come from? The PQ-34 space modulator. Where is my earth-shattering
Okay.
kaboom? Clementine, it's your turn.
What I'm gonna
Hi.
do?
I'm going to enter and go up to Doris.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. Or you can come right up in here and get into zone, or you can come up behind her.
Behind her.
Okay, you're right there. It is your move. You have an action and a bonus action at your disposal.
Okay.
I
Therefore,
don't have any.
my color code highlighted it, so that one jumps out at you.
What's that?
That's
I
your
only have martial
combat
arts.
box.
Okay, yeah,
Does that
I was
help?
like, where did he go? So can I attack it?
Not from where you are right now, because Doris is between you and one target, and there's you're a hand-to-hand fighter as a monk.
Yeah.
So you have to be like in one of these squares to basically attack either of them.
Okay.
Does she have enough movement to go?
Oh yeah,
another
she
one?
can
Yeah.
she can get that one square in if she wanted to.
I'll go up.
Okay,
and
check.
attack the one that's not. That she's not.
Okay, the one that has an arrow sticking out of it.
Yeah. The
Got
one
it.
That he shot.
The one that Crash just shot. Very good, Clementine. Go ahead and roll your attack roll there, dear.
So who's after Clementine?
Clementine is going to be the bad guys.
And then Doris.
12.
Yep.
Then Elsa.
And then Elsa.
A 12
A 12 will hit.
plus 5.
Thank you.
I found
So
it in my 5th edition
17.
character sheet book.
Snazzy. What was that? I'm sorry.
A 17.
A 17 definitely hits. So you're going to roll a d4 plus your dexterity bonus.
4 plus
Solid,
3. So
solid hit. 11
7.
points total for that one now. 7 points from her. 4 points from the young man over there. All right. It is their turn. One's going to take a whumping at Doris. What's your AC there, dearest? Armor class for Doris?
17.
17. Well, that's not going to make it to 17. And what is Clementine's armor class?
15.
Okay. So the one that you initially came up and started slicing is like confused at first, and then it turns and just takes a random swipe at you, but you're able to it doesn't even come close. It's like, really? It was almost insulting. That's how bad it was. You know, and then Clementine comes in and she sees the arrow sticking out of the second one. She pops it a couple of times, you know, beats it about the hips and chest and a little bit. She gets in under it, and then it's like it looks down and tries to take a swap, and it's just again nowhere near. I mean, trying to dodge this incoming blow is just you could do it at half asleep at this point. It rolled it to you.
It's just like,
So it was not going to work out very well for it. But now, guess what, Doris? It is your turn.
hey, ooh. Alright, I'm gonna
Now, remind me how you spell Doris, because it's not
Doryis.
Y-I-S. That's right.
I only did YS.
Well, that's
sorry.
fine. That's fine. I wanted to make sure I remembered correctly, because I remember so few things these days because I'm so freaking old. All right, moving on. So Doris, go for it. You get 2 swings at this thing because you have 2 weapons. As I make a mess.
Short. Are you cold, honey?
14 plus my. Yeah.
It might be 86 degrees outside, but it's like 50 something down in the basement.
It's that one plus what?
What is it saying in the big box?
So you're attacking, so 14 plus this number. Okay. Okay, so it's 19.
19, perfect. You hit.
Ooh, okay.
Solid hit.
5 plus 10. Yeah, 10.
I'm going to do the same thing for Ariana that I did for Everett. I am going to highlight the combat box
Mm-hmm.
and a color so
Okay.
they know exactly where to
Look here when you want to beat something up.
Yes.
It's the beat things up box.
That's the teacher in me. I'm sorry.
All right, so you had rolled a 19 for one attack, and then what was the other attack?
10.
Okay, that one misses,
Okay.
but you're able to roll damage once.
2.
2 plus dexterity bonus. Remember, it's a finesse weapon.
2, so 4.
So 4 points of damage. You are beating on it and carving away at it. Elsa Felsa, you have choices. You can go and visit Azra, or you can go right into the town hall.
And so
Okay.
Go see my dead body.
So she
You mean
come
you're
over here.
sleeping?
So-
Yeah.
I keep forgetting which one.
A couple of her limbs are bent in directions that no limbs should actually ever be bent in.
So
You know a little bit about anatomy, and to know that this is not good.
I'm confuzzled.
You're confuzzled. Explain.
Okay, so with the spells, I don't know if she's too far where I could use the cure wounds,
I would have you roll. That's a great question.
but I don't
Okay,
have that
so
written
that's your
down.
first short sword,
before
that's
I
your
wrote
second
the
short
book
sword.
down.
I'm
there's
pretty
your
sure we
attack bonus
picked cure
plus
wounds for you,
five.
but we'll talk about that in a
Then
little
you
bit.
do 1d6
What I want you to
plus
do is
2,
roll a medicine
1d6
check.
plus 2.
Okay, so you're gonna roll
So
d20, and then you have the medicine skill right about halfway down the list.
Yeah.
So you're gonna add that bonus.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's why we're learning.
9.
9
Does it
plus,
help now that's
That's
or is that the total score?
plus 3. Yeah.
Okay. It's not hard to tell that you don't have any magic that will actually help her at this point.
We're so sorry.
She is.
Oh.
They
Did
tried
you
to
do
do
that
this last
too?
week. She might be.
If you hung in there a little,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
if you thought about getting over there quicker, it might have. But right now you can't second guess yourself. The decisions were made, and that's fine. All right. So, but you're standing over your friend's body, and you realize that she has indeed passed on at this point. So, we are going to move back up to the top of the order. Crash.
Okay, is it possible can I like scream out of the town hall
Did you
be like,
want to highlight the combat
Elsa,
box?
if you can hear me, can you please try and cast a spell that can heal me?
Okay.
Possible
Because
to
you
do
were
that?
doing the medicine
You're not gonna.
check.
You know. You're not going to be able to get something out that long. That's a very lengthy sentence. That's a full action sentence kind of thing. But you can say, Elsa, we need help. You can yell that out. That's a free action. And then I'm going to have her roll a reactionary perception check to see if she actually heard you.
Okay.
So as your free action, you yell, Elsa, I need help.
Mhm.
Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because I need healing and I'm at 2 HP.
And now we're going to carry on with the rest of your turn
Yes.
at this point. And then on Jessica's next turn, we're going to see if Elsa hears you.
Okay.
Okay, so we're not going to put the whole thing on pause to see if she comes in. All right,
Okay.
you're still running it at the initiative roll.
Okay.
All right, so you have your attack and you have your action, your bonus action,
Yeah.
and a reaction still at your disposal, and a move action too. You have your full economy at your disposal right now.
Yes.
because yelling out the SOS was a free action.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay.
And shoot the skeleton in the head that I shot in the head previously.
Okay, fire away, my man.
Making sure.
Do you see the well-oiled machines coming together now?
And I
9. And then
Nine.
9 plus your bonus.
9 plus 5, 14.
You hit it. Roll your damage, buddy. D8 plus your dexterity bonus.
That's what I said. I go, they're finally figuring out how to work together to take down the zombies.
Yep.
7.
Oh,
plus
hell of a good hit.
7 plus 3 is
10, right? 10
Yes.
points.
And I had 11 initially.
Yep.
Is it teetering?
It's looking really rough. It's looking like it's not even focusing on Clementine at the moment. It's just kind of like standing, kind of wobbling a little bit.
very strong.
It's not even looking drunk. It's just looking.
It's
Battered,
It's like,
rough.
All right, Clementine, it brings us to your turn.
I'm going to attack the one he just shot again.
Okay,
So
go ahead and make your hit.
19.
Ooh, on the die, 19. She didn't even need her
Plus
bonuses.
5.
You clobber the thing. Go ahead and roll your damage.
2 plus 3, 5.
So Clementine looks up, sees the thing teetering, and she just kind of leans up. The hand comes swinging down. She blocks it, pops right up into the chest. You hear this sickening crunch, and the thing kind of just starts crumpling over. Roll a dexterity check to see if you can get out of the way of this thing collapsing on top of you.
Which dice is that?
That's 20-sider. You're going to add your dex bonus.
9 plus 3, so
12.
12.
Yeah. Takes very little effort for a small little halfling who's been trained to be quick to step out of the way of a collapsing zombie. They even fall slow. It's weird. It's kind of okay. Now it's the other zombie's turn, and he sees his friend fall down. Let's see, how much damage did you do to it total?
I think she did 5.
No. 2. 7.
7 points. Thank you. All right. Okay. It fails its save, so it will not be getting back up.
Oh.
But the other one sees Doris. Spicy brains. And you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
No.
Ruh-roh.
As it just comes in and just waffles you across the side of the head.
Ruh-roh, ready?
Brain.
Ouch.
It hurt.
Mhm.
Ow.
I got hit.
It's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it because it's my short sword again.
Okay, go for it. 2 swings.
That's 8
Okay.
and 15. So both of them hit.
Okay.
First one does 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And the second one does 4 points of damage.
How many? I'm sorry?
4.
4 more? Okay. This one's starting to look at
You're
equal
doing whatever it is plus 2, right?
Oh, no.
She did 8 plus 2, so she did 10 points total.
10 total. It's because both of them hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have your damage bonus. Did you add the bonus into
And
it?
that's the
Yeah.
plus 2. That's-
Okay, so you have the dice roll plus the bonus, and you came up to 10 points total.
Yeah.
And this thing is starting to look pretty ragged and haggard as well. Now, Elsa, I would like you to roll at the beginning of your turn a perception check. So you're going to roll a d20, and you're going to add your perception bonus again.
Which would be a skill in that long, skinny box.
What was it called?
Perception.
9.
Okay. You hear some muffled shouting, but you really can't make out what it says. I gave her a DC of 10 to see if she heard what you had said, because you're inside a building and she's outside right now, and there's a lot of people screaming and yelling. The whole village is still in chaos at the moment around you guys. You're the only figures represented, but there's still people running around all over the place. There even maybe a couple of buildings on fire at the moment. You're not sure.
Can I scream it again?
Not your turn.
Oh, wait, yeah, it's still hers.
It's not your turn, it's still hers. So, and you didn't even know that she didn't hear you.
Oh.
Okay. So, thinking that, if she has, using this logic, and I'm going to come to your turn in a moment, using that logic, if she has not arrived during the course of the turn, and I don't think she heard me, I'm going to yell again. That's a free action. Remember, yelling is a free action. Shouting out a command or shouting out an instruction is a free action. So feel free to keep shouting it, even if she's standing next to you. All right. So,
Okay.
so think that one through. Now, over here, Elsa, I had you roll a perception check. You don't know why. You just hear a lot of shouting. You hear a muffled shout from the town hall. But other than that, that's all you know right now. There's a lot of stuff going on around you. What would you like to do?
Work my way over there.
Okay. Are you going to be going rapidly, or are you just going to use your normal movement?
Fastest.
I was going to say you look like a chihuahua there for a second. What was that all about? Okay, so we're moving in. Okay, so 5, 10. Oops, you're here. 5, 10, 15, 20. So part of your normal movement, you're already into the town hall at this point. So you see one zombie down. You see Crash over here. You see Doris. You see Clementine. You see a villager who's trying to take a back up into the corner at the moment, and a zombie seems to be beating on Doris at the moment. And that's what you see. It didn't take you much to get into there, so you have your action and your bonus action at your disposal right now.
Can I move a bit closer to the zombie?
To the what?
To the zombie.
All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to... Nope, Clementine's in that spot. So you wouldn't be able to get up to the zombie, but you can get up close to your friends. You can be right there next to Doris and Clementine.
I can't do anything to the zombie.
If you have a ranged spell,
Got my thorn whip.
there you go. You can lash out at it. Now, you would not, even if you hit, you would not be able to drag it closer to you because that would pull it into a conflicting square because Doris and Clementine are right in front of you right now. But you can right over Clementine's head. You can whip this thing.
Okay.
Very tiny.
Guess I'll do that. Wait, let me see.
She's snack size. Just ask the giants.
Cookie spell.
Ogres be like, oh, I had a whole bag of those the other day. They're squishy. Hi, Tanya.
Hi.
How are you?
Not too bad.
You guys can't see Tanya tonight.
No.
She's wearing pink.
Actually, I've been running around the table, so
Yes,
they've
that's
seen
true.
me left and right,
we've caught a
behind
glimpse of you.
McKenna, by Ariana. I talked to Jess for a second. James Bourne has been touching base with us a little bit. He's still at work. He said, "Are you guys hiding out at the mythical Metris Library of Epic Tomage?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Yes, we're at the Metris Gaming Dungeon. It's cooler than the attic at the Frank House.
Yes. I just got to get a bigger air conditioner for that attic. It'll be fun.
It'll be nice in the winter."
Mm-hmm.
Do I roll the d6 one, or do I roll the other one first?
You have to roll to hit first with the thorn whip.
Go with that.
That's a 20-sider plus your spell attack bonus, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is on the top right corner of the other page, of the spell page, plus 5. So 20,
So
Well-
10.
10 total. All right, so you rolled a 5, and then you got 5 bonus. The thorn whip does not hit the zombie.
It goes right in between them.
It goes right in between them. There's this loud crack as this whip just of vines and leaves. Something materializes out of thin air and just goes slashing across, right over Clementine's head, right next to Doris. And I guess you realize your druid has arrived. And why I'm looking at McKenna at the moment, I'm not sure. But that's okay.
Because sorry, she's sleeping. She's not dead. She's got a haunt us.
All right.
She's sleeping. She's just gonna.
So, forgive me a little bit of excessive storytelling. So the vine comes through. It materializes out of thin air. You hear this kind of crack, and then time freezes for everybody here. Crash has got the arrow. He's bringing the arrow back. Clementine's like, Doris. Doris has got her sword. She's got her snarl going on. Elsa's like, yeah. And then everything kind of just stops for a second.
Whoa!
Ezra, you find yourself kind of floating at the moment. You're remember, you've seen Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Yes.
Think of the scene where Harry is in the train station at the end, and it's all kind of saturated white. He's hanging out with Dumbledore
Yeah.
after the
You
death
have a
scene. Right?
baby Voldemort.
No. So it's kind of, you're not really sure of the details. You can't really see the architecture, so it doesn't look like King's Cross Rail Station, obviously, but that's kind of the aesthetic that we're shooting for at the moment. And you're kind of standing there, and you're looking around like, what just happened? I'm what? You don't hurt. You don't feel sore. Your armor is in perfect order. Everything seems to be clean and in order. Your mace is at your side, shields over your shoulder. Everything seems to be right in order at the moment. And as you start walking, you notice there's somebody walking along with you at the moment. And it's it's hard. You look, but it's really hard to latch on to a figure. You're looking at it, and there's a luminescence to this person, and you really can't tell who it is. And it's hard to look directly at it. Every time you look directly at it, you just get the idea that you don't want to. What are we going to do with you?
I don't know.
You willingly cast yourself down there. You remember that, right?
Yep.
So, and out of character, you are a fallen SMR, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you cast yourself down there to be among them, only to come back up within the year. It's
Yep.
really
That didn't exactly go to plan.
didn't go to plan, did it? No. Well, and remind me the god that Azra.
Asthma.
I am really
Call
got.
her Asthma.
I gotta work
Asthma.
on that. No, that's not fair to her. That's not nice. Asra. What god did she worship?
Elda?
Eldath. Okay. So this individual says, well, our Lord is, I'm sorry, Eldath's amused.
Uh-huh.
But we're all in agreement. We think you're down there for a reason.
Oh.
It's too soon for you to be coming back just now, young one.
Hey. So what does this mean?
Well, you're just going to have to find out, aren't you? And there's a sharp crack. Almost sounds like a vine snapping, right? And you blink, and you're standing right there. You are topped, full hit points, full spell slots, and you're not a fallen SMR anymore. You are a protector SMR. You will be changing your stats accordingly after the game.
Oh!
They sent you back on the other side.
Woo! Let's go!
And for the party, in that split second, you hear that crack, and there's almost this explosive crack of lightning, as if you were ground sent in the middle of a thunderstorm. And when everybody's eyes kind of focus up again, you see Asra. She's standing there. She's got wings. Big, bright, feathery wings, and they are popped out right now. That is the SMR special you can do once per long rest. So every time you hit, you will be doing radiant damage on top of your regular damage. Okay? Now, at first level, you're only doing 1 point of radiant damage extra, but still, as you go up in level, you're going to juice it. So for 10 minutes, you get, or it's one, I can't remember the exact, I'm an SMR, I think it's 1 minute, 10 rounds, right? So, but you're not, like I said, you're not fallen SMR anymore, you're now a protector SMR.
And what book was the ASMR in? We put it at the top of your page.
Bolos?
Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Okay, I have to find that book.
Okay? And now, young lady, it's your turn.
Oh!
And there is a zombie in front of your friends,
No! Okay. Okay.
and they'd like you to roll with advantage. So 2 d20s, you take the better one, and you add all your bonuses to the better one.
Gosh. Suck at rolling. 15.
Okay? Excuse me.
Come on. It keeps getting stuck in my hand. 7.
Okay, go with the 15, add your bonuses.
Which bonus am I going to add?
Your mace bonus, so what is
4.
d4? Okay, or plus 4. So you roll a 19, you've definitely hit the zombie, so you're going to roll, what you got for the damage? Is it d6?
1d8.
1d8. Do you have a strength bonus?
I have a +2 strength.
Okay, so it's going to be a d8 plus 2. Or actually d8 plus 3 because the wings are popped at the moment, right? So you get that 1 point of radiant
Which
damage.
one's this is the D8, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
I don't have Bolos.
You know what that link that I use, right, for everything. I'll show you you can call it right up online and give her all the information she needs.
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3, and then so that plus 3, so 6 points of damage. Did you roll a 3 on the die?
Yes.
Okay, plus 3 for all your bonus damage. So 6 points of damage total. Okay. So here's Azra. She's got the wings out. She's glowing like she's just, basically has a spotlight up her ass. And then she comes through with the mace, comes down, just crushes the zombie, caves its skull in.
I just want to start slow tapping.
Her eyes are sparkling at the moment. She's looking particularly determined. Hair's kind of like ruffled up, like she's got a fan underneath, like doing the whole,
Oh my god, you're an anime protagonist.
She's
Whoa!
exactly where I was
Yes!
heading right now. She's going super cyan at the moment.
Woo!
Sorry, it's saying.
Whatever. Tomato, potato. Everett, Goober, Same thing.
What?
Right on the butt. Okay.
Let's call the whole thing off. And a weird calm falls upon the town as the party is reunited. And an extra bonus. Everybody is starting to see their wounds and their cuts and their contusions are starting to heal up slowly but surely.
I'm not in death's door anymore.
You guys will be taking 2 points of healing per round for the next couple of moments.
But I didn't take any damage
Yeah.
throughout that whole time.
You feel tingly then. You feel tingly. Everything feels better. But Doris and Crash are definitely enjoying
I'm
the
just
fact
like,
that
please, thank God I'm being healed.
Azra seems to be having this leftover aura of protection that was from her transference back from the other world.
Good sleeping.
I found it on somebody's Google Drive, a PDF of it,
Okay.
so I'm downloading it.
There is a great website that is basically a wiki for 5th edition D&D, and I'll make sure you have the link for it because it has all the classes, races, backgrounds, it has equipment stuff. It's great stuff. Great stuff. Okay, so you are together. You seem to have defeated the last zombie at this time. I will leave the floor to you guys, and you tell me what happens next.
Okay, my turn.
Okay,
Wow.
what happens?
So I am going. Is this a free thing where I can just like leave?
You can if you want to,
You
but you
just
realize
wanna
as soon as you
leave?
leave the building, your wounds stop healing.
Well, yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get closer because if I'm closer, then I have more power next to me.
Well, it's not more; it's the same. But it's you reach
You
a
have to
certain
be in range to be healed. The moment you're out of range, you just
right.
stop.
The wall's blocked.
And this aura of healing is going to be a one-time only event. It's not something that normally happens.
Wait, can I put my thing up to 4 because?
Yeah, I told you 2 points per round, and that we're in the first round after the combat is completed.
Okay. Can I talk to the villager?
I don't know. Can you?
I want to be like What do I want to say?
Let's just put a timeout real quick. We're going to start getting into more of the interactive stuff. Okay, D&D is not just combat.
Mhm.
It's how you interact with the people around you. And that includes your party members and the NPCs. All right, you guys are the PCs, the player characters. You can talk to each other as you see fit. In combat rounds, I'm going to govern what you can actually say during the course of an action. But when you're outside of combat, if you guys want to have full conversations at the table, you go right ahead. I'll sit back and let you go at it. Okay? If you need to talk to somebody, the question you were going to ask is, it's not, can I talk to this person? Is this person available to talk to?
So
All right. Yeah, you can talk to them.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, hey, dude, what's your job in this village?
Oh, I was the town scribe. I helped keep things together for the mayor. And he ran out to try and help to see what was going on. I stayed here to be safe, and then they came into the building, and I didn't want to die.
Do you know where the accountant for the mayor is?
The accountant for the mayor?
Yes. I
That
want
would
to
be
ask.
the mayor. The mayor himself takes care of. Why? Why is that important at the
I
moment?
want to set up a business.
This is hardly the time, young master. We have to see if our town has survived this attack.
Oh, who cares?
Well, I see.
I don't think he likes it.
He proceeds to start looking around the rest of the room like, please save me from this man.
Basically a cannibalist then? Like, who's next? Not much saving in the
I'm not a
room.
cannibalist. I just encourage cannibalism.
I see. Any actions? Any questions? Yes.
Can I talk to this woman?
Yes, look at
Go right
that.
ahead.
I'm like, what the hell happened to you? You're making me all tingly.
Well, from what I can remember, I just woke up. That's kind of about it. I don't remember anything
How does this make me tingly? What?
because I can heal you.
I don't need healing. You're just making me tingly.
Well, I guess take the tingling. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Take it or leave it. So
What do you got?
So because I also had healing powers too, would that add anything on to her healing on top of healing?
Yes. Healing can stack under certain circumstances. Now, this aura, this slow regenerative aura, is a special DM special kind of a thing. I'm using it as a story piece from her return. All right, but if, like, for instance, Crash right now, what's your maximum hit point total? Everett?
11.
11. He's at 4 right now.
Please
So
help.
if you wanted to jump in and basically heal his wounds right now instead of having him wait for the regeneration effect, you could cast Cure Wounds, roll your D8 plus your Wisdom bonus. You put a hand on his shoulder, and you will improve quickly. So, excuse me. So it's not like one overreaches the other. Is that something you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just wondering what if she was back at full too, or who was lower.
No.
What is your max?
20.
And where are you right now?
12.
Okay.
So that's
She's bumped and bruised. Now, keep in mind, again, this fades into the conversation about metagaming that we had a couple of sessions ago. All right, so you're not going to look across the table and say, "Oh yeah, I'm 12 of 20." You look at it, you're about a little over half. So yeah, I'm cut up a bit. I'm bleeding. I'm bruised. Those are the kind of things you would say. Everett right now, Crash is
I have,
4 of 11. That's below half. He would say, "I'm looking pretty rough. I'm looking pretty ragged." And
I've been stabbed and I'm limping.
and bit and slammed and beat on.
Yeah, please help.
Yeah, so there are things that you would be able to say to convey the meaning without saying, "Well, I have 14 hit points," because in reality, do people walk around saying, "Oh, I broke my arm. I have 4 of my 5 hit points"? No, I'm broken here. I'm beat up. I'm not feeling well. I'm sick. I'm hurt. I'm sore. I'm tired. Think of the ways that you just kind of describe that, and then you'll get used to, he's bloodied. Okay, he's below half. He's looking rough. He's close to the end. I'm scratched up a little bit, but I'm okay. Okay, he's lightly hurt. Stuff like that. Yes, Everett.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the
No. Has to happen every session. Has to happen every session. What do you got?
I'm gonna ask the dude if they know of any inns nearby that I can go to rest
Yeah,
up.
there's the common house across the plaza. That's that one with the funny.
This,
Yes, the funny squares.
okay.
He can refer you to there a little bit.
Well,
Now-
This is 2019.
Okay, I want to also.
Don't overwhelm the system.
Oh,
Hang on a
there
second.
it is.
Yeah. I think I
Okay, you had 3 hit points of damage, so.
Oh.
So.
Unless you
You took
change
how
one of
much?
them, you can't use it.
10 total.
Give me just a second. Let's look something up real quick. Thank you.
I thought it was 18.
Then you took 8.
Oh yeah, 8, not 10.
Okay, so that would be. Ooh, she was on death's door. I'm like, how the heck does she have 20 hit points? Those were her arrows.
Yeah.
Oh, she 20 arrows.
She only has 12 hit points,
Yeah.
and so 3. You took 8, which is 11. You got 2 back, so you're at 9. She's currently has 3 hit points.
Okay,
So
and that's including the aura of +2 that she just
she
received.
just got
Okay.
arrows.
All right. So
There you go.
Again,
I'm just
give me-
like,
give me a
wait.
second. You've asked 3 questions at the moment, so I'm going to hold off on you for a second while I catch up with the others.
Because I'm like, how did the ranger get 20 hit points at first level?
I should have processed that when she said it.
That's okay. That's what I was trying to process over there. I'm like,
See, that's why we have 2 DMs right now.
that'll come over.
All right.
No.
Did you have a follow up? Did you cast Cure Wounds on Crash?
No.
Okay.
Oh no, we're
Because I
and
didn't
that's the
like
thing, if we
I
didn't
have
have
animal
it
friends that
on-
Thunderwave speak to animals and
Yeah,
fear
because
for
you
water.
would
I don't
start
have
with
cure
20
wounds
arrows.
after that.
So
Okay.
now
You
that
took what?
see you have
What was
your
that?
Animal
points up
friends
here.
are fear destroy
Okay.
water.
So that's
I thought that was
how
a
many you
cantrip.
have damage.
Yeah.
Let me look that up.
What?
We'll figure it out later. So the nice thing about druids and clerics is they are not set. It's not like those are the only spells you can ever cast. You can change them out when you have a long rest. All right. So if you know something's coming, you can shift. Can you help her figure out what first level spell she's
Create or
got?
destroy water.
It's a first level spell. Okay.
Yep. So after you rest,
You can.
yeah, you have it. So after
You can switch
oh,
up some
actually,
spells.
she has it right now. That's one of the ones that she.
No, she
Because
was trying to figure out if
it's
she had Cure Wounds.
I don't. I have
Oh,
it
okay.
written down on here. So
Yeah,
I couldn't
so I
use it.
When,
Oh,
when
okay.
she said Create or Destroy Water, I thought that was a cantrip.
No, it's a first level.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get that. All right.
So,
So, Doris, are you doing anything in particular other than bleeding, apparently? Because you were a little closer to Doom than you were letting on.
Yeah. I know that.
she's like, I'm fine. I'm really
I'm fine! As her arm is hanging by a
I'm
tendon.
fine. I'll get better.
Oh wait, I'm worse than him. You're fine, and then you're not.
Is the villager available still?
Oh, he's standing right there. He's looking very confused over some of the questions that your warrior had asked
He's
him.
very awkwardly trying to get away from him, but
Yes.
since we're all blocking the exits, he really can't.
Well, you're also in his office,
Yeah.
essentially. So he's like, how do I get out? But I need to stay here. Oh, this is tough. That's basically it. Now, I believe you pointed out the wing for an Azamar. I thought that was right off the first level.
Third.
At third level, they get the
I
wings.
did send her a picture to her phone about the protector customer.
Okay. Now,
So it's a boon right now.
yes. So the wings are eventually going to fade, and you won't be able to pop those again for a couple more levels. Okay. Now I get to do the fun part. Before you guys get too far into this questioning part, I get to award your first experience points.
So McKenna, you're going to switch your strength because you got a +1 for your strength normally for the fallen. So you're going to take 1 off of your strength.
So it's not going to be a +1 instead of a +2.
Yeah, your strength's good. No, what's
What's
your
your-
strength normal score?
What's your strength score?
My strength's a 15.
15. Now it's going to be a 14 instead. Is that what you're saying?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Does that doesn't change it though, right? It's still +1,
Yeah, 14 is still
+1.
+2.
It's
Oh, because
13.
16's +3. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's still
So
+2.
14, 15 is +2.
So
So
you're
you haven't lost the bonus.
Okay.
You're just a little bit lower. You're not as beefy.
Ugh.
but your wisdom regular score goes up by 1.
What's your wisdom score right now?
15. So,
So now it's a 16. So
Then
your
we
wisdom
have a
bonus is now a +3, which means you can actually prepare 1 more spell per day.
Yeah, how many spells do I have?
I think you were 2.
You have the same. You're going to be 3 + 1, so you're going to have the same as Elsa. So you can prepare 4 spells. You have 2 cantrips at your disposal and 4 first level spells.
Okay.
You still have 2 spell slots, right? Remember how that works? We have to go through that again. We have to. Okay.
You had so many prepared,
This is a learning experience, so I'm not worried about
but you
that.
only can cast 2 of what you prepared.
Okay. So let's look at it this way. Okay. Spell slots are different. You have 2 at first level. You can prepare 1 for your level, because you're a first level cleric, plus your
Okay.
wisdom bonus. Your wisdom bonus is now a 3, so you can prepare 4 spells. At first level, the highest level spell you can prepare is first level. Okay, so you're going to be able to prepare 4 first level spells, the lowest level spells. Okay, actually, the lowest level is cantrips, but we're not talking about that right now. Okay, so you can prepare Guiding Bolt, Sanctuary, Cure Wounds, and Charm Person. We'll say those are 4 spells. Okay, and so those are the spells you would have access to today,
Hypothetically.
hypothetically speaking. Pick the spells you want. Although as a life cleric, Cure Wounds, Healing Word, those are the big ones.
Yeah, I had Cure Wounds. on
Okay.
mine.
So you have it, but I don't.
So what would happen is if you want to cast a spell, you can do that twice per long rest, twice per day. It doesn't matter which of those 4 spells you pick. You can cast Cure Wounds twice, you can cast Healing Word and Sanctuary, you can cast Charm Person twice, you can cast Command twice. Whatever of the spells you prepared, you can do those things twice in any combination. As you go up in level, the number of spells you can prepare will increase. You will also get additional spell slots. You will get more first level spells. Eventually, as you get high enough in level, you'll get second level spell slots. You'll get 3rd level, 4th level, right up to 9th level spell slots. And this is for all the main casters, which are you 2, I believe, right now. You're a partial caster, so I think you're going to top around 5th or 6th level. Depending on what you pick, monks and fighters don't cast spells,
Okay.
but you get different cooler powers.
Ooh.
You get to beat on things really, really well.
Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to be an ultimate archer, because that's what you wanted, right? You wanted to be Hawkeye?
Yes.
I'm going to teach you how to do that. All right?
You'll be brave.
What's that? I didn't hear you.
That's from Ariana.
In
So-
regards to
You
brave.
would be brave.
Oh yeah, we're working. Well, she's doing it a little bit differently. She's not Merida with a bow. She's Merida with like a, up close and personal. So again, math. There's a lot of it in the game. All right, but as this number goes up, you can choose more spells, and then this governs how many spells per day you can actually cast. Okay. Questions? Anybody have questions? And that goes same for you, Elsa. Okay. That's because it's the same setup for her, basically. Very good.
Yeah.
There's a learning curve here, and as you guys start doing it more often, you'll be like, okay, it'll start making sense a little bit more readily.
Yeah, I've been playing this game for years, and I was playing, and I was 3rd level cleric in first edition game or second edition game. I already had 2nd level spells, but then I became 4th level at the end of the night. I'm like, yay, I have 2nd level spells. They turned and looked at me. They're like,
You had
you've
them all
had them
along.
all along. I'm like,
Oops.
I could have been casting 2nd level spells, but it just didn't
Occurred
kick
to-
in and occur to me. So they have not been able to let me live that down, and it's a good 15 plus years later.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in your experience point box on the front page, you are going to put the number 150.
Where's the
It's
experience?
right there.
Upper left.
There should be a little thing saying
Your other
experience.
left. Oh, your upper right. I'm sorry.
Up
My left.
So 150.
150 experience points. When you
probably
can,
want to do it with a pencil.
yeah, do it.
I did it with pencil.
They'll
Always-
be changing.
Yeah, always put XP in pencil.
I threw one at her.
All right. So 150 experience points. What happens when you hit 300? 300. I'm so glad you asked, Alex. Tell them what they won, Jay.
They get a level when they get to 300.
You will be level 2 when you hit 300 experience points.
Yay!
And then at 900, you'll be level 3, and so on and so forth. And it keeps going up until eventually you've gathered 355,000 experience points. You'll be level 20 if
Huh.
you survive that far. I'm going to go over here because Everett has his hand up 16 times per second. I'm going to hold you up for a moment. Yes.
So how do we get more and more of those points?
More and more of those points. I'm so glad you asked. There are a lot of different ways to do it. The traditional way is just beating monsters. You get experience points for killing the monsters. However, good DMs also reward finishing quest goals, exploration, solving puzzles, interacting with NPCs. There are going to be times where I'm going to hand out bonus experience points. Everett, give me a second.
Back of my head.
I'm so used to seeing your arm go up. It's amazing. All right. There are lots of different ways to earn experience points. Okay. Sometimes I'm just going to hand you a level. There's going to be like if you're in a big adventure and you've finished off this huge module, right? You've solved all of the quests, you've solved all of the issues contained within that module. I'll just say, okay, everybody, level up. And you'll go right immediately to the next following level. Okay, so there are lots of different ways to do that to answer that question. Yes.
Is it for the whole table or is it for individual people?
Predominantly, I always split it up. Combat XP and puzzle XP, I always split up evenly among the table. There's going to be occasion where, say, Abby does something particularly spectacular. I might give her 20 XP just for the fun of it. Or if Ariana has Doris do something completely dramatic, I will probably give some sort of a boon up to and including maybe some extra XP. But typically I try to keep the XP level, everybody kind of on the same par, so you're all leveling at the same rate. I've been in parties where one guy was 7th level and another guy was 4th level and 5th level, and it really isn't fair to the guy who's 4th and 5th level. So you guys are going to be pretty much leveling up together as the adventure goes on. What do you got a question?
Okay, so it was kind of like hers,
No.
but
So you're no.
so it was kind of like Jesse's, but I was gonna ask, can you like get experience from killing wild animals and like selling things?
Well, selling things, no, not so much, because what you're going to do through selling is actual commerce. All right, so that's how you're going to
Your
find the
money.
materials for craft. Think Minecraft. All right, so you want to gather your materials so you can make things, buy things, acquire gear as you go up. You're never going to, in my worlds, you never find an actual magic shop, which you'll see sometimes in your video games and whatnot. But you might find an antiques shop that has some curios, and some of them might be magical. You might find a tailor shop where they have a magical cloak. You might go to an armorer who's especially good, like a dwarven or an elven smith especially, and they might have a sword that is magical, or they might have armor that is magical. That's not going to be as important to a monk, but you might find some cool stuff along the way. So it's not just kill the monster, get the loot, find the magic items, move on. There are ways to acquire and get rid of, and eventually you guys are going to find magic items you're not going to know what to do with. They're going to be useless to you. So you're going to find antique shops and magic shops and alchemists who are going to sell things to. And that's how you make your money. That's how you go ahead and build yourself up a little bit more. So XP is more for doing things, buying things, and selling things is more for acquiring and equipping.
Okay.
Okay? Make sense?
Okay.
Good deal. All right. So with that being said, and your first experience points being handed out, you are in the town hall. You have asked some initial questions. as you guys are kind of like just gathering yourselves up, you're healing a little bit. You're trying to talk to each other. You're asking this guy some questions. A couple of other people come. I'm going to stop worrying about the figures so much at the moment. I'll pick these guys up because they're obnoxious. Let's put them over here for now. Sorry, had to do it. Anyway. What?
They're all laughing because they know that that is far from the truth. That's more like it.
Hey guys, look at that safe over there.
That is purely on camera. There's lots of love in this piece.
I know, it's always fun. All right, so where was I? Okay, so as you guys are in the town hall, people start filtering in. They're like, all checking in. You know, hey, are you guys okay? You guys, everybody's, they're all looking for each other. Have you seen so and so? I think he died. I think he's. Oh my God! There's a lot going on right now. There's people filling into the town hall. Just basically, it's like the center of town, right? So they're trying to figure out if who's here, who's not. And then one of the other elders, this other person who you remember. Asra, you remember this person was kind of like listening in when you were having your philosophical discussion before everything started happening. Comes kind of like in, kind of crutching on a walking stick, but really leaning on it heavy. They got some scratches and bruises on them, but they're at least in one piece. And he looks over at the assistant here, the scribe, and says, "Have you seen so and so? He went out, and that was the guy you were talking to.
Oh.
He's Kaputski over here at the moment. But have you seen him? Has anybody seen whatever the hell his name was? I can't remember. I didn't write it down. But
The elder.
the elder.
Oh yeah, he's missing a couple pieces of flesh. I saw him. We saw him. He's just
Sorry to break it to
Not
you,
in
but
one
he's
piece.
dead.
They break it ever so gently in their usual style.
Yeah,
Now, the
really?
old guy who comes crutching in and asking, he doesn't melt down or anything like that, but you can definitely see he's upset by that. And somebody asks the inevitable question: where do these things come from? They don't know. They're wondering if maybe the old hermit out in the woods might know something. Well, we don't have anybody we can send out there right now.
We'll go.
I'll go.
He's the old hermit to the east. See if you can find out any information. You may even just check in to see if he's still alive.
He's a hermit. How sick is this dude? How weird is he?
How weird is who?
The hermit
Are you asking that in character, or are you just asking me?
in character.
Okay. Hermits are not exactly what we would call altogether. They tend to keep to themselves for reasons. They are not good in social circles.
Okay.
Loony then. Okay.
Um,
Let's go meet him.
I don't like you almost.
All right. So, okay. Yes.
I'm gonna ask the dude. Do you know where any people like that can upgrade weapons are? Because I want to upgrade my bow.
You're not going to find that in this village. Probably one of the big cities, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
As
sorry, I can't hear you.
if she leaves the building and we follow her, will her super weird whateverness, will that follow with her?
In about a minute after it all occurred, it starts to fade. Like her wings, you see them kind of fold behind her.
When
Our
those
anime
go, everything else
protagonist aura
goes.
kind of
Yeah.
fades away.
And when that whole aura, but in that minute, you guys pretty much, whoever's got damaged within that minute is easily healed up because it's 10 rounds. It's 2 points. That's 20 points of healing
Let me.
over
So
10
everyone's
rounds.
back.
So everybody would be at full power at first level, right? So then you see the wings kind of fold behind Asra, and as she feels that the movement is, as she turns to look at it, you see they're not even there
They're
anymore.
just like.
They're not even attached to her at this point. They just kind of fade away.
Lucifer. He was cutting them off for a while.
She's not cutting those off.
Yeah, but he disappeared. I'm trying to make my own connections here to figure this out.
Well, for her, they're not actually physical.
They
they're
weren't really
radiant
there.
energy.
They were kind of like ghost wings, kind
Pretty
of.
much. There's a luminescent quality to those. To
They
the
were
wings that
anime
Asra have.
protagonist wings that only
Yes.
show up when
Anime
your
protagonist
anime
wings. Yes.
Aura.
When I'm about to die, yep,
Yeah.
show up.
Your anime protagonist aura.
I also have played an Asimar myself,
Mm.
and he was a sorcerer warlock combination.
Oh.
He was a blaster, right? He's basically just a flame throwing blaster. And when the wings came out, everybody, even party, started running away because they knew fireballs were probably soon coming after.
Oh, jeez.
When I'm throwing 8d6 plus 8 because I was an 8th level caster at that time, oh yeah, people were running for the hills.
Oh.
Yeah. Even the good guys are like, oh, staying out of his way. All right. So yeah, to the east, and north is pointed in Abby's direction at the moment, so it'd be going in this direction out of town.
So east is gonna be like in that.
I just pointed at it.
This way.
Go in that way. It's not even on the map right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to erase this map because we do not need it any longer.
Yay, new map.
New map.
New map, forest, and an old hermit's
Theater
cave.
of the mind.
You probably have the house, Everett.
Do we have houses anywhere?
Do you? No, you've probably been just staying at inns and
No,
whatnot.
I murdered my entire
Mainly
family.
travelers.
I
Yeah,
went to a
we went over this
monastery.
together.
I don't got a house. She lived with wolves.
Yeah, you.
Yeah. That's why I don't like y'all.
I had a house, but then I murdered my entire family. And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
went to a
yeah.
monastery.
Yep.
Oops.
So,
Sorry.
That's okay.
Didn't you murder them because they were annoying?
That sounds a bit too realistic.
it doesn't.
The blue one.
The blue.
All right.
No. Oh, the blue. No, can't touch.
I know.
All right. So let's see. I'm going to need the legendary thing called a marching order.
Okay, so
The
mine.
marching order is basically just tell me who is in the lead of your party.
Yeah.
Really?
No,
Yes.
no, no.
I'll go
He's gonna
first.
be that.
No.
He's
Crash
gonna be-
declared it. Crash goes running out ahead. He goes, I'll lead us to the east. I'll lead us to the hermit's hut. Who's following Crash?
No one.
I'll go after.
Okay.
The one with the magical wing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who's following
I'll be
Astra?
in the middle.
You're going to be in the middle. Clementine will be in the middle. All right. Doris,
Going in the back.
you're going to go in the back. So the person who's actually most suited to be following trails is in the back. Good job. All right.
Wow. Well,
I'll
let's see
do
what
that.
All right.
Until they all get lost.
I would like you to roll a survival check for me, please.
What's that? D20?
It's a D20 plus your survival bonus.
Where's
Doris,
like
could you
that.
be so kind as to roll a survival check as well, please?
D20?
D20 plus your
13.
survival.
I have no plus. And
Just a straight 13, okay?
Yes.
Bottom in the S's.
Okay, so
23.
23, okay. So Crash goes, I'll lead us. I've got this covered. And he goes to the west.
Uh-huh.
Where did they say the hermit was?
East.
Yes. And he's just happily tromping right along out of town. He goes, follow me, everybody. I've got this covered. And you're like, so essentially what's happening here is that the party does this. And Crash is kind of like, no, I know where I'm going. And the four girls are going this direction. I'd like you to roll a
Boy
perception
Scout
check.
over there.
Crash, roll a perception check.
D20 plus what?
D20 plus your perception bonus.
It would be in the long box with the skills.
And Elsa likes, wait, I'm too close to the front. Switches with Ezra.
2.
Two. You have no idea that the girls have turned around about face and are walking away from you.
I have 4 perception. I'm like, oh, they're
Yeah.
behind me.
Yeah, you're convinced that everybody's behind you and you're going in the right direction.
Yeah, no. Considering he pointed in the wrong direction after you pointed in the right direction in real life, and then we
Yes.
would all leave him if this did happen in real life.
Yes.
This is very realistic.
So he's moving and grooving right now. It is 7:30, so we're going to take a quick 5-minute break.
Yes, I need some
Let's please stop.
We will be right back.
I just need help for the filling out these.
We're going to have to get some cool graphics saying, please stand by. We'll do a commercial sequence too. It'll be great.
I don't know how to insert that in
We'll figure it all out.
in
Try
regards to the live stream.
the rainbow television thing that's like having.
Yeah, yeah.
That would look cool.
Excuse me.
Okay. So during this time, McKenna has asked questions about how to figure out the spell because it's not muted.
Oh, okay.
So I'm at least explaining while
Good to
The- you can do whatever you need to do. So the spell save DC, we had it on Jess's paper. It was 13.
Would that be dexterity?
Oh, I think it's 10 plus your wisdom modifier, but we will look that up. Remember, I am not purely versed in the rules of 5th edition. Let's see. Oh, okay. The DC to resist is 8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which would be your wisdom.
Okay.
So 8 plus your wisdom
11.
plus your proficiency bonus.
That would be 13.
That's how we got to the 13.
Okay.
So if you want to write page 205, like right up here, so we know what page of the book that is. And then your spell attack bonus. Let's see. Spell slots, casting a spell, reactions, components, verbal, material, duration, concentration, range, targets, attack. It would be right underneath saving throws. Ah, okay. It's your wisdom modifier, so it's the 3 plus your proficiency bonus.
So wisdom modifier 3 plus what?
Plus your proficiency bonus.
So that's 5.
That's also on page 205.
Hey!
Hey, funny it is right underneath it.
Huh.
And I looked here where saving throws, then I went back this way, not realizing it's actually in order in the book.
Next question is, am I still gonna have these 3, or do I have to take one out for 2?
Nope, because you can prepare 4, but you cast 2.
Okay.
This is the number that. So your slots total right now is 2
So you can prepare
for one more spell.
Okay.
And then, like I was saying, if you want to cast Cure Wounds twice in a day, you can. If you want to go detect poison and disease and then Cure Wounds, that's 2. Shield of Faith twice, that's 2. Cure Wounds and Shield of Faith, you got to combine.
Yeah,
This is the spells you prepare for that level,
Mhm.
and this is how many times you can cast those spells this day.
Okay. Do I just need to find one more spell then?
one more spell.
Okay.
Cleric spells, first level.
And with that,
It was so cool to use the angel character.
Can't speak for them. They probably don't, but I do.
Even if you were out of camera and
She
the
Okay. So we are
on
now
this camera, you could be
unmuted.
on the DM camera.
Yeah. We're unmuted. We're back.
We're back.
All right. So when we last left our intrepid heroes, they were moving out of town and trying to trek east to look for the old hermit in the woods to see if he's okay at the behest of the remaining town elders. Crash immediately jumped out and said, "I know the way, Indy." And got lost in his own museum, didn't he? And proceeded to go the entirely wrong direction. You have the ranger in the party, immediately figuring out that Crash was indeed going in the wrong direction.
I don't know what you're talking
And is
about.
traveling is now guiding the rest of the lady folk in the correct direction while Crash meanders off in his own way at
I
the
don't know
moment.
what you're talking
Crash,
about.
I'm going to have you roll a perception check once again, please, because you guys are at. These are at 10. We'll say 10-foot squares for now.
15.
15. Okay, cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're about 100 feet away or so when you're like, why is everybody being so quiet? This is great. I didn't think you're that. Oh, they're over there. So you're going to be far back at this point. You're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 80 feet behind the rest of the party.
Like-
but you can see them moving through the
Can
trees.
I scream, "Wait for me"?
You certainly can go ahead and you remember what I said. Can you? Yes, you can.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
I'm
Scream,
going
wait
to
for me.
scream.
Whether they do or not, ladies, do you wait for the bedraggled bowman?
No.
No.
I'm gonna just look over to her and say, "Think he figured out we're not with him anymore?"
And then as soon as she asks, you hear, "Hey, wait for me!" Yeah, he figured it out. Okay.
Okay, wait. Can I like go further than that using my like action because isn't.
So you want to double move. So you're going to basically jump into a
Yes.
jog so you can catch
I'm
up.
gonna be like,
Okay.
get back here.
So
I'm 10 feet behind them.
he's breathless, but he comes up behind Elsa. You know, Crash is just a couple feet behind you at this point. He's trying. He's like, okay, no, just wait for me. Wait for me. It's okay. I got it.
I'll wait for him, I guess.
And now you are all together. Doris, I would like 2 more survival checks, please. Five. Is that 5 on the dice without your bonus?
No, it's the one on the dice.
Okay. So you guys are out in the woods for about a couple of hours at this point. It's about mid-afternoon at this stage, and you kind of like you knew you were going for a minute, and then the trail kind of like got lost amidst the trees and the brush, and you're moving on probably into autumn at this point. So the leaves are starting to fall a little bit, and covered some trails over. So you're a little bit not sure where you are at this very second. So I'm going to have you roll a 3rd survival check for me, and this is going to basically just kind of get your bearings. You're not moving on this one. 6? Yeah, you're overcast day maybe, but you're having a hard time placing which way is east at this stage in the game right now. And it's getting on to a really early dinner time, kind of late afternoon, early dinner time kind of a thing at this point. Light breeze is picking up, kind of waffling through the tree branches or waving. Some leaves are floating around. So you're definitely deep in the woods at this point outside of the village. What do you guys want to do?
Maybe take a rest.
Okay. That's perfectly viable. The rest of you agree with Clementine? Okay.
Mhm.
So you're going to take a short rest, long rest. Short rest is basically you're going to sit down for about 45 minutes to an hour. Just kind of gather your thoughts, have a little something to eat, share a wineskin. Hang on a second, share a water skin. Long rest is the full 8 hours. That's basically your overnight sleep.
Sure.
So we'll do a short rest. Yes, Everett.
I'm going to go out stealthily and hunt for some food for myself.
Okay. I would like you to roll a survival check and a stealth check.
9,
9 on survival and stealth.
17 plus 5, which is 22.
Your stealth bonus is a +5.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So 22 for stealth. Okay,
Yeah.
so you quietly find nothing
Yes.
because your survival check did not reach the 10 that I needed you to get to.
Come
All
on.
right. So you kind of roam around for a little bit, for about a half an hour or so while they're doing their little camping thing and talking amidst each other. You go roaming around a little bit, probably out to about 100 yards away from where the girls are sitting at the moment. You really don't find much at the moment, and but you were able to very quietly make your way back to where they have sat down amidst
Peekaboo.
logs and trees and whatnot. They all knew you were there.
Oh, come on.
Crash jumps out from behind a tree, peekaboo, and they're all like, yeah. And go back to what you were doing. I will give you the a survival check with advantage since you're resting and collecting your thoughts and taking the time to try and get it done right. Get your bearings under you.
7.
A 7, and then you're going to roll a 20-sider again. 9. Those dice need to get thrown away at this point.
I know, they suck.
All right. You're having a hard time locking down, and you're not sure why because you've traveled these woods on several occasions, and it's starting to kind of be a little confusing. But you're having a rough time of it at this point.
I don't know. I don't know how to help. It's telling me to help. I don't know how.
Okay. Well, how do you think you would help somebody who's trying to get their bearings in the wilderness as a druid?
I have +5 survival.
Okay. So you would then be able to take a survival check yourself and see if maybe you can help point the right direction. So go ahead and roll survival.
So, D20, right?
Yep.
So D15.
A 15. You are like, you can tell Doris she's probably feeling some after effects of the battle. You know, it was a little rough. She got beat up a bit. And you're like, honey, that's north there, east. And as soon as you see it, you're like, oh, shit. Okay. Right. Got it.
Go take a nap.
I have a hood, so it works.
Yeah.
Go take a nap.
No, she
So-
kind of just got embarrassed.
There's a moment, but as soon as it's all very crystal clear, you're able to go, oh, okay, ding, ding, ding. That's okay. This is where we're going. We got to go this direction. Oh, we're a little off course, but I can get it. Okay.
So we're both bad at
With
surviving.
Elsa's help, you're able to kind of get things back on track very quickly. I think working together.
She's not bad at surviving of it. She just had a moment of after effects from the battle. She was kind of shaken up.
Yep.
Finally rolled something.
And I mean, you get disoriented in regards to this, especially when it's cloudy, overcast. You lose the trail,
Mhm.
and like you guys are all scouts.
Let me
I'm
tell you.
assuming that you're trying to go through the woods sometimes, and you
Yeah.
lose the trail, and you have to figure out which way you're going.
For tracking, there are some modifiers. There's some bonuses and penalties and whatnot. They're not as dramatic as they used to be. Back in the day, there was like a half a page of notes. And if you're tracking, you know, you're going to subtract this for this and add this to that and this, that. And it was just complicated as heck. And I actually created a calculator on a spreadsheet just to try to keep track of it all. It was crazy. It's not as hard these days. So that's kind of nice. Not as much math. It's basically, do I find the trail or not? Yes. Okay, good. Moving on. But after your short rest, you guys are not high enough level for arcane recovery for the spellcasters at this point. And I think you have all of your spell slots to begin with at this point,
Yeah.
right? And you don't. Because you're only throwing thorn rips, right? Okay, so you guys are in good shape right now.
You did Thunderwave once though,
Yes.
But she doesn't have arcane recovery.
right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
no, so therefore, so she's still down one spell.
She's still down one spell slot. And that's perfectly fine. So, okay, yeah, like I said, we're getting into the sky's starting to darken just a little bit, getting late into the evening hours. And it takes you about another hour after your little encampment adventure there. But eventually you start seeing some clearings and some hills with some trees. There's like a little creek that's kind of winding through in front of the hill itself. And you see a bit of a hut. Looks like a couple of ramshackle huts that are tied together through like almost like a breezeway. It almost looks like Hagrid's hut a little bit. You know, kind of like it's not really immaculate. And there's a stream of smoke coming from the kitchen, from the chimney, excuse me. Looks like there's a pen where some animals, but everything feels really cold and off. Okay, roll perception checks across the board, all 5.
7.
Should be plus perception too.
Yes, exactly.
20, 22.
22, 15,
Nine.
8.
9.
Nine,
I'm really
8.
bad at looking.
Okay, so Clementine and Elsa, you guys are kind of getting this vibe that the three of you are like, okay, this has been a long damn day. You're really not, it's like, okay, hut, good, hut, pen, critters, great. It's getting dark. We should probably wrap this up pretty soon. But the two of you, Clementine and Elsa, you can share a look with each other. They're like, something feels a little off.
I know something outside of the game, but
Yep. So leave it
Not
there.
valid for this conversation then. Seriously.
what?
So leave it right there.
What's that?
I think I know something outside of the game.
All right.
Yep,
well,
so-
still not valid for this conversation at
Yep,
this point.
believe it's still outside
All right.
the game.
So, what is everybody doing right now?
Not going in, but kind of like looking around, trying
Yeah.
to see something,
Mm-hmm.
trying to find something that's
Okay.
going to see if it's
Suspiciously
like.
aware of what's going on.
I want to go knock on the door.
I want
I'm just
There's a
gonna.
lot of mumbling over there. I didn't hear anything.
I'm gonna.
I'm looking around trying to see if I can find it or be aware of the surroundings. She's
Suspiciously
gonna pull a
aware.
me and just be completely reckless and do.
No, I'm just gonna run up to the door, kick it down, and be like, "Hey, you old hermit, are you in there?"
That would be probably pretty accurate about Crash.
Yeah.
He's gonna crash in.
Yeah.
Be like, "Hey, old hermit, are you in here?" Kicks
People
meanwhile
are gonna like
kicking
you
down the
less than
door.
they like me. You going around causing property damage. At least I'm just like encouraging cannibalism.
Yeah, I'm making them pay money. You're just like making them feel awkward. I'm just saying, "Hey, old hermit, you in here?" Meanwhile, kicking down
All
the
right.
door.
So there's that. You don't have to repeat yourself. I heard you the first 12 times. Okay. This is the little animal pen that you guys saw. So this is open. All right. And then here's the hut itself. All right. So, who was approaching the hut?
I am. I'm kicking down the door.
Doris and Crash. Okay. Elsa, what are you doing?
Being suspiciously aware.
Okay. Ezra.
I'll follow.
Okay. And
I'm looking around
Wild
the property.
okay. You heading over to the pen, or are you going to go around the hut?
Around the hut.
Okay, so you're going to go this way. All right. So Crash. Subtle as ever. Name is appropriate. You go up to the front door. I would like you to roll an athletics check for me, please.
This?
Yep. Plus your athletics bonus.
I can't see us at all.
I know. I put it down specifically so
12
it's
plus 4,
now
16.
16?
on the
Yes.
screen on the gaming table.
Yep.
So people can still hear you guys, but actually see what's happening
Yep.
this time.
You're keeping an eye on the map itself at the moment.
Yeah.
We're going to see the action as it unfolds. So, Doris, you're about to go knock on the door, and Crash is like, "I am an impetuous young man, therefore I'm going to go kick the door down." And he just goes wham, and he just front kicks it, just boots it as hard as he possibly can. And then, ow! Because the door doesn't budge. It didn't budge, Doris. The door didn't budge. As a matter of fact, you take a point of bludgeoning damage because you kick a door that just did not want to be kicked.
Oh.
I
That's
hate this
deserved
door now. I'm gonna pull out like a sword and just stab
Wow, he's becoming enemies with the door.
it.
This, well,
He did
I'm having an
concussion
epic battle
Huh?
with the
Does
door
he have a
while everybody else
concussion
is just
no,
like,
he doesn't have. He didn't headbutt it. He just tried to kick it. It would be funny if he tried to headbutt the door because I've seen barbarians do that. It's not funny. Well, actually, it's kind of hilarious. But anyway, moving.
no, I'm just like having a battle with the door while
The,
everybody else
your
is like,
action in this round is you tried to kick the door and you failed. That's that.
Mhm.
So we'll be getting back to you in a moment. So he kicks the door and bounces basically off of it. Now he's massaging his leg. He's like, ah. What do you do?
I'm looking at him and smiling because I knew that wasn't smart. And then I'm gonna knock on the door. Like,
Okay. So you come right up to the door and you knock on it. All right. Ezra, you see Crash being Crash. And it's like, oh, okay, that's a thing. Got it. Very good. Do you have any particular actions or anything that you want to do in this particular round?
no.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like,
Just keep an eye on.
yeah.
Okay. So Clementine, you're going around that way. Doris, you're at the door. You're knocking. Crash. And Elsa, you're keeping an eye on it. Are you doing anything in particular right now?
kind of in the opposite direction.
Okay, everybody gets to roll initiative.
Huh?
Everybody gets to roll initiative.
Why don't you give me the initiative sheet and I will
4.
put people in the proper order.
I got a 4. What's the?
All right.
I got a
Wait
7.
till I point. Because we got to make sure we're all in order here.
Oh,
So it's this plus.
yeah.
Okay, so 16.
5.
All right.
7.
Everybody got their results?
Yeah.
Okay. Everett, what do you got?
7.
7. Okay, 7 for Crash.
Yep.
16.
16 for Clementine.
9.
Doris is a 9. Doris, that's better. You're improving. Very nice. Asra.
5.
Asra's now taking up the I'm going to start the next round slot.
Elsa?
And Elsa. 15.
Woo! Okay, one group of monsters, one type of monsters, or two types of monsters?
Two.
Okay, so monster number one.
Monster number 1 has a 5. What is your dexterity?
Dexterity.
Oh, they're zombies. What the hell am I kidding? And the other one is going first.
So higher than a 16.
Yes, very much so.
So here is our
Something dropped off.
initiative order. Monster 2,
Oh, a blank.
Clementine, Elsa, Doris, Crash, Astra, and Monster 1.
Okay.
Are you done now?
Nail.
One fell off, so I was just putting it back on so you didn't lose it. All right. So, okay. A variety of things happen. Doris, as Crash is stepping away from the door and massaging his leg, and you step up to knock on it, there is a portal about yay big with the bars through it and whatnot, and a little panel opens up, and you see a pair of eyes, and they're not exactly human, reddish.
Oh yay!
No,
It's
not a
tiefling.
yay. It's not a tiefling. There's this very pale skin. It looks like there's a human face behind it, but the eyes are very reddish, like black
Basically,
crackling. Almost, it looks like the shape of lightning.
this dude's the necromancer.
Oh.
This is what I knew from
Everett, I also knew this, but I wasn't going to mention it. The moment he said there's a cold aura around the shack and mentioned the hermit, it's just like, oh yeah, we're probably going to the necromancer.
Yeah, I realized she says, "Oh, there's a necromancer."
There are certain
before
early,
she
when you're first level, there's certain things that are just telegraphed.
Yeah.
You know, we're very clear on that. That's fine. Okay, so the panel opens up and he stares at you, and there's no kindness in the eyes. There's no, like, what do you want? There's just, he's staring at you, and then you feel this really overwhelming force tugging in the back of your brain, and you get to roll a will save. Yep, 20 cider plus your wisdom bonus.
It will be in the small box above your skills.
To the right of your dexterity box. You see where the saving throws are? Point at the paper. Okay,
Up.
go up. Up more. And over to your left. That box.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Wisdom.
Wisdom. That's 16.
A 16.
Yes.
Cool. So you feel this force start to wrap around your brain for a moment, but you quickly shake it off. You are not charmed.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it is Clementine. It is your turn. You start hearing this shuffling and noise. You see Crash bouncing off the door. You see Doris walk up. You hear this kind of a creaking as a wood panel is opened, but you don't see anything. You don't see him. He's in the house at the moment. So you're not really sure at the moment. What are you doing right now?
I'm gonna keep looking around the house, look for any clues about what's happening
Okay.
here.
Very good. Are you going to go in a particular direction, or are you going to stand there and study the area?
I'm gonna start going around.
Okay. Your max is 25 feet movement, or is it 20?
25.
25? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 here? Okay. It's here where you see... 1, 2... Ah, darn it. Come on. All right, you're fired.
Oh.
6. Oh.
He's trying to kill us on purpose.
I think he's trying to kill me again.
Yeah.
Okay.
He might be trying to kill
So
me
as you're
first.
coming around the corner, you see the 6 of them just standing there. Like, they're not moving. They're not flinching. They're just standing there. These guys look especially rotted, especially like they've been out of the grave for a while. And they're just kind of standing there, just staring soullessly out. They're not even, none of them even like look at you or anything. They're just staring straight ahead.
Can I use my action to run away and yell at them that, hey guys, the creatures came from here?
You can, so you use your movement to come here.
Yeah.
You see that as a free action. You can shout, like I was saying to Everett earlier, and you can then use your action to dash and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 right back to here. Okay, so you're able to shout that warning out. Okay, you guys will not be able to act on it immediately unless it's your turn. Okay, and at this moment in time, Elsa, it is your turn. You see, kind of off to the side, you see Clementine go around, and then she goes, "Oh!" and turns around, guys, and she comes, her pulling her little legs back at this point.
2-foot person running around.
She is a Chihuahua on a mission. You see how those legs are?
I'm even broken right now.
She's moving and a grooving. All right. So, do you have an action or something that you would like to do at this time, other than weep?
Can I see any animals in the pen from where I am at right now?
Roll a perception check for me, please.
D20?
Yes, D20 plus your perception bonus.
19
on the die.
3.
Plus 3, 22. Okay. You do see that something is in the pen.
But you don't know what.
You can't tell what it is.
Can I go over to Clementine and see what's going on over there?
Sure, you can go 5, 10, 15, 20. It doesn't take you very long. And so you're able to, reach her, and she's yelling. There's,
The
whatever.
creatures are behind the house. They're coming from here.
All right. So you use your action for perception check, and you use your movement to catch up with Clementine. If you have a bonus action, you can do that right now. Otherwise, it's going to end up being Doris's turn. Okay. Doris, you're pretty sure that somebody just tried to cast a spell at you at this point, and it did not feel comfy.
No.
There was no consent.
No.
What is he called again? What's the monster called again?
I'm sorry?
What's the monster called again?
The necromancer?
The necromancer. Does he speak demon?
You're not sure.
Can I attack if he speaks demon?
How would you do that?
You'd have to get him to talk.
I
don't
would
think
say, start off.
So you're going to say something in Infernal?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to say in Infernal?
Hello, how are you?
Okay.
He was trying to mind control you, and you're gonna say, "Hey."
No one knows any that they were trying to mind control her, but
You just cast, but she does know he just cast a
But yeah,
spell at her,
it's
and
like,
she's just
"Hi,
gonna go,
how are you?"
"Hey, how are you?" It was not a comfortable spell either, and she's just,
Well, I gotta play it.
Are you sure about that?
you gotta lure her into a false
You got a
sense
plan.
of security before you take them down.
I don't
Is
think
that
he
what
wants
it is?
security. I think he wants to kill you.
I know, but we could become best friends.
No, his version of best friends is
Oh.
probably turning you into one of those things.
Your celestial Asimar is going to have a little bit of a problem with that in a second.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
she's the one that knows everything.
Your evilometer just went.
Oh god. Oh.
That internal feel that clerics, especially clerics of angelic blood, they have. They kind of like that, like, oh, this is good, this is not good. It's like, okay, bad guys. Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah.
So that's where you are right now. So okay, you using your action, you're going to try and parlay with this particular person, and you're speaking in Infernal, and you're like, hey, how are you? Are you doing anything else at this point? Moving?
No, I'm gonna stay at the door.
Okay, you're just gonna stay right there at the door. All right, Crash-tastic.
I'm gonna
That 1 point of bludgeoning damage fades away at this point. You're back to your full health because it was a bit more of a stun kind of a thing than anything else.
Okay.
And go ahead.
I'm gonna shoot the guy in the face.
You can't. What?
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll an attack at disadvantage because there is an open panel. All right.
But it's
There's
small.
bars.
Right.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
bars, so he has a chance of squeaking an arrow through there. That's why I'm having him roll at disadvantage. So you're going to roll 2 20-siders, and you're going to take the worst result.
Okay.
Okay?
10,
10 and
16. So a 10.
okay, so you're taking the
10,
10.
and
What's your
add
hit
your-
bonus?
Hit bonus is
Remember, it's in the
Middle
orange
box.
box.
In the orange box. There you go.
10 plus 15.
Okay, so you rolled a 15. Now, his armor class would normally be hit by that, but he's in cover because he's behind a door. So the arrow goes thunking into the door. It just missed that open panel.
Dang it!
So that's it. Now I'm going to alert you down the road. There's a feat that's called sharpshooter, where you can ignore cover. You take a penalty on your hit, but you can ignore cover. So there's a possibility that down the road you would even be able to make that squeak shot right through the
Okay.
right through the grating of
I'm
the door.
gonna-
So yeah, he has an opportunity to try something, but there are going to be conditions that are not going to make it easy for him. Okay, and that's what when he said, because as soon as he said it, you're like, that's not going to work. But there are reasons why I agree with you, but I at least need to give him an opportunity to take a crack at it and see what happens. Because it's a fantasy game. He might have dropped a natural 20 on disadvantage and driven it right through the freaking grate and popped him in the face. It's entirely feasible, which would have been hilarious. And I would have given him credit for that, but not this time.
Oh.
All right, so moving on. Crash, you fire. The arrow goes.
It hits the metal and it's just like.
Nope,
ooh,
it hits right into the wood,
Oh.
sinks right in, right next to your head. All of a sudden, an arrow comes flying in and goes into the door.
Crash just tried failing.
All right, Ezra.
Did you mark off your arrow, honey?
Oh.
Yep, you're up.
You might not be able to recover that one.
Not exactly sure what to do in this situation because I'm kind of just standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm not gonna take that kind of risk. Oh. Can I go over to Elsa and Clementine to see what's going on over there?
Sure. So you're gonna go over to Elsa.
Was there a message going to Clementine?
Should read it.
Okay.
It's
So
not like
Elsa
the one where I
goes-
said to poison the old lady.
Ezra goes over to Elsa and Clementine. There's a little powwow of the center team, and now 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hello there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Don't be
30.
you know what I mean.
Okay.
Whoa! Only we got that on camera.
Yes.
These are not good figures.
You want such just glued to the table and then just
All right.
Oh no. they're
So
coming.
the zombies are now coming out from behind the hut. And you hear this really god-awful guttural growl.
Oh my god.
I told you to kill him.
No, this isn't different.
This is a different thing. It's probably some resurrected demon wolf.
It's probably a demon hound. Demon hound.
No,
Mia.
a hellhound is a CR10 monster, and you guys would, if I wanted to
would
kill
die.
you, I would just wipe the floor with
This
you.
is for him.
Yes.
Read it.
All right. So the zombies start coming out from behind, and it is now top of the order, which belongs to him. And you speak in Infernal. And you get this moment of confusion in the eyes.
Is it my confusion or his?
No, his confusion.
You know the language. He
He looks at you strangely, and then you see his hand come up, and he does this.
Yeah.
And I need to research a quick spell.
Oh, maybe he's just like trying to spritz you with some water.
Some holy water.
A ghostly skeletal hand appears in front of you, and
I told you to kill him.
slaps you across the face.
Oh!
Because I'm assuming a 19 hits you.
A 19?
Yes, a 19 will hit you.
Your
Right.
class?
Your armor
Oh.
class is what?
17.
17. Yes, so 19 hits you,
Okay.
and you take 2 points of necrotic damage. Here's the interesting thing about necrotic damage:
It's my turn.
you can't heal it.
Oh, love.
You can only sleep it off. All right. So here's the thing: you got to keep track of that. All right. So what's going to happen is, if, like, for instance, Azra comes up, tries to heal Doris, the healing will fall short. It will not occur because those 2 points of damage are necrotic. The only way you're going to get rid of those is taking a long rest and sleeping them off, basically. Okay. So keep track of what 2 points.
Okay.
This ghostly hand just appears out and just smacks you across the side of the face.
Thank you.
And then he disappears from view, and you cannot see him through the doorway anymore. All right. And Clementine, it is now your turn.
After informing them that the monsters are coming from behind the shed, I'm gonna turn around and attack and move towards the first one and then attack it.
All right, get in, get some.
Take off its knees.
Right
That's about the height level.
Breathe in
15.
water.
I got 10 plus 5, so 15, and then that hits. 1 attack point
Do you have any dex?
plus.
Is it for dex or for strength?
It's for dex.
So if we're adding the 30, then 4 attack points.
4 points?
Yep.
Very good.
So do you have a D4 plus 4 in that box in the middle?
Break his knees.
Oh, that big box in the middle.
Yeah.
So that's the box that you would be looking at. Do we need to put it in a nice bright color so that's your attacking box?
No, I know.
Jess is throwing a marker at you to help.
The water bottles.
Wow, you hit every bottle.
We're all
of the way.
special over there.
Hey, I was playing an Everett move.
Hey.
If you hand me your bottles, I'll recycle them.
All
I
right.
just made him.
As it's rolling across the floor. Thank you, children.
All right.
It's the mom and teacher and me.
So Clementine has engaged a zombie. Elsa, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna go over with the little short.
All right, you're gonna come up over here.
I'm gonna help her fight off the same one.
All right, so you're gonna come up to here.
Yeah, just kind of work them in order.
Okay. And how are you going to attack it?
Ooh, let me go that one.
Shrink your size and take off its knees.
Can I start using my dagger?
What's that?
Let me use my dagger.
Sure. Pull a
Stab
dagger out, and you just reach out and stab it. Go ahead and roll your
Stab it in the
roll your
knees.
attack.
Everett, shush.
Yep, D20, and it's going to be plus your dex bonus.
6.
Okay, and then you also your proficiency bonus, so it's a +2. All right, so you rolled.
Yes.
Okay, so 3 + 3 + 2 is 8. So you pull your dagger out and you thrust out, but you misjudged. You didn't get close enough to it. Doris, what is your action this round?
I'm going to run towards. Who's the closest?
I think
done.
Crash is the closest to you, but we're the group fighting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, who's the closest?
McKenna.
McKenna.
Alright, I'm gonna run to Azra to see what's going on.
Okay.
That's oh my god.
By the time you get over here, you see the zombies shuffling out from around the other side of the hut.
Yeah, now I know what's going on.
Now you know what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, that's your movement action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You have 5 more feet of movement. And where would you like to be and what would you like to do?
I want to stay right there, but I want to pull my bow out.
Okay, you stay right there. You pull your bow out,
Mhm.
and that's a free action, so you can actually attack once if you'd like to.
Okay.
Yeah, as opposed to the swords, you only get one attack around with the bow.
Oh no, I roll a d20 then a d8.
Correct. You roll
Yes,
a d20
okay.
to see if you hit, and then you roll the d8 after you know you've hit.
That's a
6.
6.
6
Plus-
plus your dex bonus plus your proficiency bonus.
Plus 6.
5. 6 + 5 is 11. Then you roll the other 10.
No, that's short swords.
Okay, then.
No, actually, it would work too because right now you're not so specialized with your swords that they're different because you use your dexterity for both your swords and your bow.
Okay.
All right, so your
That's
+5 for the
cute.
short swords would still be viable on the bow itself.
Okay.
All right, so you rolled an 11 to your attack roll.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have missed.
Okay.
Okay, so your arrow goes you just missed it. The arrow goes sailing past the thing's head, and it doesn't even notice because it's not paying attention to stuff like that. But mark off the arrow, and I'm going to go to Crash.
Okay.
Savior of the Ponyverse.
So I know they're over there, but I
Yes.
heard growling over here.
Yes, you
So
did.
I want to go check that out and see what it is.
Okay, so you go over here, and you see what looks like it might have been a wolf in another life. The fur is tattered and mangy. The face is mostly gone. It's most of the skull is kind of sticking through. The eyes are hollow, as if like they're not even there. It's just drooling blood. Yeah, and
Looks like it's dead. and
as you
not
come
breathing.
over to the wall of the pen and you look in, it looks up at you. And you can tell this is probably not going to end well for either of you at the moment. What do you do?
So is it right at the edge of the pen?
Yes. Like at its next round, it will jump on you.
I'm gonna pull out my sword and stab it, try and chop off its head.
Okay? You're going to be reaching over a fence, so I'm going to have you roll at disadvantage. But go ahead and roll your attack.
14
14 plus your proficiency bonus,
plus proficiency is 16.
plus your strength bonus if you have one.
Plus strength
No. Stats. Up in the upper left,
plus 2.
plus 2. So
18.
18 definitely hits the wolf. So now you're going to roll a d8, and you're going to add your strength bonus to that.
4 plus 2, 6.
6. So Crash is like, oh, and manages to tap it. I know I was going to have you roll with disadvantage. You did not do that, but don't worry about it. We're not going to worry about that right now. So your sword tip sinks into the wolf, and it squeaks a little bit, kind of jerks back just a little bit, but it's still snarling at you.
It's dead, honey. It was already dead. It being alive is probably
The
hurting
wolf
it more.
died about a year and a half ago.
Doesn't matter.
No,
They're animals.
but here's the thing. When it's under its control, it's probably suffering more than if it were dead. So Crash hitting it is probably doing it.
I'm gonna put it out of its misery.
Okay. She's being Jessica picking her druid was definitely a good idea.
Mhm.
All right, so Crash, that's your thing. Azra.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
How far away of the creatures?
The closest one is 15 feet away because these are 5-foot squares now that we're in combat format here.
Oh, perfect.
So you're looking at 15 feet away for the first rack, and then probably about 20 to 30 feet away for the others.
Can I cast a guiding bolt?
You most certainly may cast a guiding bolt. Which one are you going to swing it at?
I'll just swing it at the closest one.
So right here, the one that Clementine and Elsa are working on.
Yeah.
Roll your attack at your and use your spell attack bonus.
Okay, so
Okay.
do a d20.
D20 plus your spell attack bonus, which is in the upper right corner of your spell sheet.
Okay.
Oh, it's the same one.
I got a 10.
Okay, and that's with the bonus.
Yes.
Unfortunately, your guiding bolt does not hit, but you do spend the spell slot.
Okay.
Okay, so you have spent that first level spell slot, and you have missed with your guiding bolt. But great spell, great freaking spell. I love that one. Okay, moving on. Do you have anything else? Do you have a move or a bonus action you want to commit to?
No.
Okay, so now we're off to them, and I need different figures. Hang on.
Checkers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with checkers because this is not working out for me. Do I have any other checkers?
Yeah, right down.
I see him. I see him. I'm going to spend most of the combat trying to rearrange the friggin' figures.
Where they keep falling.
Yep. So.
Currently, playing the part of the zombies are checkers.
Yes. Tokens. 1, 2, 3.
He replaced
The zombie figures or whatever. The skeleton keeps.
Yeah,
they
these
keep
things kept
down.
falling over, so I switched over to using tokens instead.
So which one have we been fighting on now?
I'm sorry, what?
Which one have we been fighting on?
the one that's right in front
This
of
one
me.
here.
Okay.
You're still fighting that.
They're in lines before we do attacks. But
All right, put a blueberry on it so you know.
Don't do that. Don't waste a perfectly good blueberry.
Okay, raspberry.
No, raspberries are better.
No.
All right. So,
Here.
Clementine, you are attacked twice. And you are hit neither time. And so they have moved. One of them seems interested in killing Doris. He's not quite there yet. You're not sure where those two on the far side are going yet. And that's that for them. Now
I missed what's the animal in the pen.
It's
An
undead
undead wolf.
It's a dead undead.
Undead wolf.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I
Like a
stabbed
zombie
it.
wolf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I stabbed it a little bit in like the back of the neck.
I was upstairs saying a moment ago, I think there's an undead creature animal that is going to try to kill them. And Jess is going to be a little upset with it.
I'm putting it out of its
Okay.
misery.
Azra, I would like
You
you
just need to.
You know that one's
to
unnatural.
roll a wisdom save,
You know it's
please.
unnatural and you
Am I going to do a d20 plus my wisdom?
Yep, D20 plus your wisdom save bonus.
I must be terrible rolls. I got an 8.
An 8? Okay.
Do you need a little plastic dice
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
that you normally do?
Well, thank
She was
you.
actually rolling better without it for a second there.
Just for one
I got
second.
better at rolling.
Yeah.
All right. What's your wisdom save bonus? Is it right,
Oh,
right there, plus 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and what did you roll on the die?
I got a 3 on the die.
Okay, so an 8. Okay. So what's happening is that you cast your guiding bolt, and then you reach around and start bringing your shield around, and all of a sudden you feel this presence, and your whole body just locks up, and you're just looking around. You're still breathing. You're not paralyzed or anything, but you are held.
Oh.
as a hold person spell is cast upon you,
No.
and you just suddenly stop.
So like in Harry Potter when they like stun Neville.
Petrificus Totalis, or whatever the hell he says. But yeah, Azra just goes, oh, and then stops moving. Doris, roll a perception check.
Oh, me.
That's
Sorry.
you, dearest.
Thought you were on her.
Two plus.
What am I called? Adding.
Perception.
Perception.
Oh yeah, the 4.
Okay. You're not sure what's happening at the moment. You don't see anything different. You haven't even figured out that Ezra stopped moving yet.
Sweet.
All right.
You're right.
And now it is Clementine's turn.
I'm gonna swing.
Swing for the cheap seats.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the zombie.
Okay.
Us again.
Go for it.
So, 19
Oh, on the die you hit.
plus 5, so 24,
Definitely.
and then 1 plus 4.
Okay, so 4 more points of damage.
Yeah.
Beating on it steadily. Are you doing anything else at this point?
Here she is.
Looking back at everybody else, making sure they're with me.
Okay. You check to your right. You see Elsa. You see Doris. You see Asra, but it looks like she's kind of stuck trying to get her shield off of her back. She just is frozen at
Can
the moment.
I yell at her and see, hey, you okay?
Go ahead. Yell.
Hey, you okay?
You cannot respond because you're just like
Oh, you're not floating trance
unless you
again.
have skills in ventriloquism and you can talk without moving your lips.
Oh no.
Because your whole jaw is everything's just frozen.
Man's like, well, can.
Well, can.
Oh, help me! Help me! Help
But
me!
anyway, you can't respond until your turn. You yell that out. That is your turn. Everything is done. Elsa, it is your turn, dearest.
Keep daggering him.
Okay, take your swing.
9 plus what is
Plus your dex and proficiency bonus. So whatever your dexterity is plus so
It should be in your colored box.
plus 3.
plus 3?
Okay, so 9 plus 3
12.
is 12.
Yeah.
Is that what you rolled on the die again?
9.
9. So plus 3 is 12. 12 is the AC of the creature. So you have hit. Roll a d4 and add plus 1.
5.
5 points of damage. Very nice. Whittling this one down. All right, and that takes us to Doris. Azra has stopped moving. You hear Clementine, "Hey, Azra, you all right?" And that's all. And then you see zombies in front of you. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna move forward and get out my short sword.
There we go. Here comes the Cuisinart. Go to it.
Don't make me laugh. It hurts my eyes.
That's 10
Mm-hmm.
for the first one, and then the second one is a 11.
Okay, both miss. Remember, 12 is what you're looking for with the zombies. Okay, but that's good. You step forward, you do your thing, and crash. There's an undead wolf looking at you.
I am going to back up like 2 spaces,
Okay.
pull out my bow,
Uh-huh.
and try and like shoot over the fence and hit it on the skull.
You're not going to because the fence is going to be in the way. All right. But here's an idea that I will suggest. Because everybody gets a free suggestion at level 1. If you draw your bow and hold action, as soon as his head pops up, you say, "I am holding my action for when the wolf tries to jump over the fence."
Okay.
So if you say that, then what you've done is you're basically aiming, and as soon as he presents himself as a target, you just unleash.
Okay, I want to do that.
All right. So say it.
I am holding my action until he like shows himself so I can shoot him in the
Because you guys
skull.
have that option. You can hold an action, but you have to give me the conditions of what you're waiting for. All right. So if A plus, it's an if-then statement, basic computer programming, right? If this happens, then I'm going to do this. Because sometimes it's a risk. Sometimes you're holding your action for something to happen, and that thing doesn't happen, so you lose your turn, essentially. But you're setting yourself up for something good if it does work out. So you're going to hold your action at this point, and that's fine. Azra, it's your turn. What I'm going to have you do at this point, let me just check the spell again real quick to make sure I'm reading it correctly. At the end of each of its turns, the target can make another. Okay, so you can make another wisdom saving throw right now.
Okay.
It's the end of your turn right now,
Mhm.
essentially. So what you want to do is try to save against this spell.
Oh. And then plus my wisdom.
Plus your wisdom saving throw bonus. For clerics, they get their wisdom plus their
22.
22. Okay, so you've lost your turn this round, but at the end of the turn, at the end of the round, you basically go, "Ugh," and you kind of like just flex yourself out of it. You know, let you shake it off, and you're mobile now. You've broken the spell. All right, because she is a priest.
Yes.
All right, let me just check something real quick here. Where is that? I saw that spell a moment ago. Whoopee. Okay, nothing happens in this round. Nothing that you see. All right, so moving back. Oh, no, it was the zombies that go next. I'm sorry, I had that out of turn. My bad. All right, so 1, 2, 3. 1. Now, this one is in front of you. That's the one you tried swinging at. It seems to ignore you completely and goes to take on Ezra.
Oh, wow.
What that does is create what's called an attack of opportunity. It's moving past you. You're like, hey, hey. So you're going to get one free swing at it with one of your swords. Go ahead and roll an attack.
15.
You hit.
Yay.
Roll a d6 plus your damage bonus.
3.
3 points. Okay. Very good. Now this one's going to attack Clementine again and fail to do so. But these two are also going to step up and attack Clementine. And completely fail to do so. And this guy gets caught in the log jam, so he's going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to go do that. Now, the wolf does make the jump. He's coming out. Roll your attack.
9.
9 on the die plus your bonuses. What's your
9.
bonuses?
Is it
In the combat box.
9 plus 5 is 14.
You hit him. So roll your damage. It's going to be a d8 plus your dex bonus.
8
Ooh, maximum.
dexterity plus 3.
Yep.
Plus 3, 11
11.
points of damage.
Now remember, that's also in the orange combat box also.
Okay. So the wolf starts to jump over the fence. Crash lets the arrow loose.
You know it's
Maximum
unnatural,
damage.
but it has to be put down.
The arrow goes right into the
It was
wolf.
suffering
There's a
more being-
squeal, and it drapes itself over the fence dead.
You wouldn't necessarily be that upset.
I still feel upset at heart.
I
Oh,
put
Put it out of its misery.
ignoring his.
I know.
Weird
She's going to be
things.
upset at the necromancer who raised it from the dead rather than Crasher putting it down. But you have slain the wolf at this
Yay.
point. All right, now we go to the top of the order. Now something happens that you guys don't see, and now moving on to Clementine. Clementine, you've been surrounded by 3 zombies.
I had to like duck out of the way, like back a couple spaces.
Sure, you're going to do what's called a disengage. So that's going to be your action this round. You won't
That
be able
means
to
you
do
won't
anything.
be able to attack.
You're not going to
at all.
attack or anything. You're just going to say, I'm getting out. And you're
Okay.
going to take 2 steps back.
You did what
That's what
I
you said.
did when I was running
Doing
from
that?
the zombies.
Are you injured?
No,
No.
I haven't been hit yet.
She's doing a tactical maneuver, leaving Elsa to deal with the zombies.
Sorry.
Thorn with it.
Wonderful.
She doesn't. Well, yeah, you could thunderwave it.
Yeah.
You do have that spell left.
Yeah.
But at
Would
least,
that do the ones behind me too?
No, it's
No.
going to be a cone. It's a small cone in front of you.
but at least it could possibly knock back those 3 that are right there.
Yeah.
And then so we could turn around and take care of the other 2 first.
Right. Okay. Now, with that said, Elsa, it is your turn.
This one, right.
You don't have to. You're
No.
just offering a suggestion. You do what you want to do,
I used it once already though.
Yeah,
and that doesn't matter. Like I said, you have two
Yeah.
first level slots. You can be 2 of whatever spells you have prepared. If it's the same one twice, that's fine.
I'll do that one again.
Okay. So Elsa rears back, takes her foot, slams it down on the ground. There's a crack of thunder. And what's the spell save DC for you? It's going to be in the top middle of your spell sheet. Is that a 13 that I see?
Yes.
Okay, so they have to make a 13 in order to not be affected.
there's no attack roll for it, right?
No, it's a save. Roll your damage.
What was that?
Look
2D.
at your book.
Yeah, look it up. I know for a fact they all get knocked back 10 feet.
Someone sneeze?
Yes, I did.
Oh, bless.
Bless
Sean
you.
Stocking says bless you. I didn't even realize. Thanks, Sean. I didn't even realize it was just the regular white noise down here.
All right.
I know when you stand up, I move.
It's I know I stand up, sit down, stand up, sit
That's
down.
okay.
It's the DM's calisthenics program. It's what I do.
It's in regards to the Catholic aerobics that you
15
You
foot
grew up with.
cube.
15-foot cube, and what's the damage part? Should be 2d8, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so roll your 2d8
2,
and
4.
okay, so 6 points of force damage.
and you at least knock them back where they're like, huh,
Oh.
they have to move it. Sean's like, hey, other people, not just Chris's hair at the ceiling. Ah.
So Elsa slams her foot down the ground. There's a crack of thunder. 3 of the zombies get thrown back 10 feet. The one you guys were working on is really starting to look pretty rough at the moment. Okay. And Elsa, that is a great turn. Doris, it is now your turn, and you've got 2 zombies behind you that are about to attack your clerical friend.
I'm gonna keep going on the one I hit before.
All right, so you turn. That's this guy here. So go ahead and focus your fire. 2 swings.
Okay, so the first one hit.
Good.
Second one did not.
Okay. Roll your damage for the first one.
5.
5 points. All right. So slash into it. Very good. And that takes us to Crash.
Okay, my turn.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna move that way.
You're going to turn around and
Yes.
which way you're going to move?
I'm gonna go towards like those 2 that are being surrounded.
Okay. So you're going to come right up to them, or are you going to just
I'm gonna,
start
like-
firing?
I'm gonna like move up like 1 space and then start firing.
Okay, my man. Which one are you going after? You going after
I'm
this
going
one?
after the one that's like in my visible view because the other one's behind someone and I don't want to risk hitting them.
Good call. That's a
Yeah.
very smart move. Nicely
Uh-huh.
done. Go ahead and roll your attack.
16.
On the die, that'll hit. But what's your bonus? So
21.
You hit. Solid hit.
21.
Like, this is their 4th session. They're now working as a group. Poor McKenna died last time, sent back by her deity, now is held and
8.
not in
8
combat.
points.
8 damage.
Oh yeah, you're not.
No, she like just broke out.
She just broke out.
Oh.
So as a matter of fact, it's Azra's turn, and you are free to do whatever you want. There's 2 zombies in front of you right
I
now.
want to use my mace, the one next to me.
Okay. The one that just got an arrow stuck into it?
Yes.
Okay. So she turns. Got the lucky dice container.
Not so lucky.
Uh-oh.
We got a 7.
Yay.
Yay.
7 is
With the bonus.
with the bonus. Okay. So you swing your mace. You swing your mace, and you get nowhere with it. All right.
Welcome to our table.
Yay!
All right.
Get nowhere.
So 2 zombies are going to attack Ezra in return. It's the DM's chair curse. I'm telling you, this
Yeah,
chair is
truly, it is the chair and
totally
that spot
cursed.
is cursed.
so 1, 2. That one comes up. 1, 2, 3.
on.
That one comes up. 1, 2, 3. That one comes up.
Oh, great.
2, 3. That one comes up. So
I hate you right now.
oh, I'm sorry. They were all wolves. I didn't mean this. They were not like 2-legged zombies. They're 4-legged. And they got paws and collars. And one's got collar from his collar said, "I'm fluffy." All right,
Not
Clementine,
anymore.
you are missed. What is Elsa's armor class? 15?
15.
The chair is working in your favor. Doris, what's
You're
your
not even sitting in it.
17.
17? You are missed. So it's definitely the chair's curse is working in your favor right now. We have a joke that this particular DM's chair tends to be cursed.
Where
So
are
the
you?
DM always rolls really, really poorly from time to time. Like 60% of the time, it always fails. No, it was terrible. It was a terrible joke. All right. And then we go to the top of the order. And I got to look at a spell list.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sure thing, Bob.
Where's the bathroom?
I'll go try.
All the way up to the second flight of stairs.
Okay.
It's right at the top of the second flight. But Jess said she'll show you. I actually cleaned that bathroom today too. I love it.
Okay. I'm not going to be standing up for long.
Okay, I'm not going to shift anything.
Yeah. A
Oh.
fog cloud starts to erupt around Crash.
Basically, you can't see through
You
it.
can't see through it at the moment.
really?
It's not harmful. It just poses penalties for being able to see.
There are
Oh.
higher level fog clouds that are called poison cloud, cloud kill, things like that have acidic.
So
Properties don't-
basically, if he
but
tries
this
to
is just
shoot a spell
obscuring.
while in there, he's probably going to
doing
have
it
one of
is
that.
probably at disadvantage.
Yeah, if he tries to attack out of it, he can't see right now. It's basically it.
Gonna aim
Oh.
complete fog.
McKenna, your parents are here and you need to go now.
All right.
So
they can tell them. You can tell them to wait. They can wait.
Well, you know what? This is probably going to take another hour, half an hour to an hour at this
What
point.
I'll do is, since McKenna has to leave, I will take a picture of where everything is on our board.
Okay.
And so therefore we'll just do a little time stop.
We're going to do a time stop right here at this point, and that's the top of the order, so that works out really, really well. Tanya, I'm going to have you take a picture of the initiative board as well. Keep your dice trays; those belong to you guys now.
Okay.
Okay. And depending on the weather, if it's still really summer hot, we'll be here again in 2 weeks. Otherwise, we'll be back in the attic at my house. Okay. So, ladies, great job tonight. Nicely played. All right, you guys are
I'm
starting.
alive.
You're alive.
Woo!
Some guys are starting to figure some things out. That's good stuff. I'm proud of you. And I will have everything written, and we will have the.
I go, we are time stopping. She goes, Anne's like, what does that mean? Her parents are here. I'm like, we're picking
I
up and
respect that.
sending her upstairs.
I respect that,
So,
and that happens. There are times where you're going to have to cut sessions short because of
goodbye.
other things. So that is perfectly
So,
fine. We've got our
2
2
weeks
hours
from
in.
now.
2 weeks from now, we will be back at it at the top of the order, and we will carry
Good
on
night, everybody.
with the fight against the necromancer.